If you can project your value and set boundaries, you will be the prize. If you're a man that's able to come in and say, hey, this is what I believe in, this is my vision, this is how I operate, this is what I don't tolerate with, she will have a lot more respect for you, and she will see you as a person that she needs. Because you're not somebody that's coming into a situation and she feels as if she's about to get used. That's literally the number one thing. She has to feel as if you're useful, not as if you want to use her. That's how you're the prize in any situation. If you go to your job and you want a promotion, you don't just go there and just tell them, like, give me a promotion. I've been working here for so long. You tell them, this is what I've done. And without me being here, you won't be able to achieve X, Y, Z. You have to project the same type of value add to a woman. You have to pitch yourself in the same manner as, without you being a part of the organization, that organization cannot get to the next level. You have to be an irreplaceable part of her world. And that is how you essentially take the podium. It's not difficult, gentlemen, but it is something to where you got to have some type of value add. Now, I mentioned to you guys on Instagram before about you have to be rich in some aspects. She doesn't want a bum. So whether you're rich financially, you're rich emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, some areas or multiple areas in your life, you must be rich. Because if you're very rich in a certain area where she's poor, because trust and believe, although she is a high-value woman, something about her she's going to be poor in. Something about her she's going to be weak in. She's still a human being. But if you can add value where she is weak, you then become the prize. You then become the man that she goes around bragging about. She wants in her presence everywhere she goes. She can't live without. You become the beneficiary on that will. On that life insurance policy, she's writing your name down because no one else in her lifetime has been able to give her more value add than you. It's like the movie Matilda. If you guys know the story of Matilda, she was raised, treated unfairly by her family, and Matilda was just never given a proper chance until she came across Miss Honey. Miss Honey was the first person to love Matilda and to love her, unequivocally, to just love her. She wasn't a freak to Miss Honey, even though Matilda was a special individual and she had all this, brain power and things like that. Miss Honey just saw who Matilda was as an individual, and Matilda was eternally obliged. You got to be the Miss Honey for this young woman, right? So she was raised in an environment where something about her was misunderstood. She wasn't fully appreciated. She wasn't fully recognized. She wasn't fully seen. But the first person that can fully see her is you. You could be the Miss Honey to her Matilda. You have to see her. She wants to be seen. Every person wants to be seen, but specifically a high-value woman, she wants to be seen for more than just her money. She's more than just her money. Because the same way you as a man, you're more than just your money. And as we speak on you as a man being more than just your money, as a high-value man, as you're waiting to attract this high-value woman, you have to be very careful of gold diggers that are going to come across your path. And how can you read their psychology early on and turn it down without even having to say anything? Now, my favorite way to see if a woman is only there for me or for my money is the date experience. First of all, I'm telling her to come to my neighborhood where I live. So when I set up a date, it's going to be where I live. And then I want to pick something that's a modest date. I like to go out and eat first date. So whether it's like lunch or maybe dinner, nothing too over the top. I'm not spending more than $80. Even then, that's a bit of a splurge. Sometimes I might just take her for drinks. But what I'm doing is I'm offering her to, first of all, make a commitment to come into my world. And then I'm offering and inviting her to a medium effort opportunity. Some guys like to come in low effort. And if you want to, that's fine. If you want to invite her for drinks, completely fine. You want to invite her for coffee, completely fine. The point of it is invite her to something that's anywhere from a low effort to a medium effort opportunity. Nothing that's over the top. Don't tell her, hey, meet me at Nobu, meet me at Maestro's. That's too easy. If she wants to meet you at a high-end, high-value place the first time you guys are meeting, I can assure you, even if she does like you, she's more so excited that you're about to go and pay for an experience that she doesn't get every week. That's the first thing. Invite her on an experience that isn't over the top, isn't extremely expensive, something where if she shows up, she's showing up because she actually wants to be there for you. And let's say the first date you do put in a modest effort. So the first date, let's say you could take her for dinner. Second date, drop it down some. So instead of dinner for the second date or drinks, take her to a museum. Go somewhere creative. Ask her to go to the park, the beach. These are the places you have to invite a woman, because if a woman really likes you, she's going to meet you anywhere. Anywhere. If you told her for the, second, third date, you want her to meet you at A cemetery. She'll meet you in a graveyard. I mean, literally anywhere you want her to meet you. If a girl likes you, she'll meet you there. And the way to read through her being a gold digger is to invite her to somewhere that isn't over the top. And if she can meet you there, she's a good girl. Or she's at least a girl that she's there because she's interested in you. She's not there for your money. Don't do too much. Don't go over the top. I know you guys, some of you guys got the money. You want to fly a girl out. I've been there. I've done it before. I flew girls out. Did I get the ROI? Yes. But it still was no reason for the experience because by the time she returned home, I'm done talking to the girl a week after. So now you invested all this money just to find out she's not even your person. So even when you have the resources, gentlemen, you got to have self-control. You got to have some willpower. Don't just throw it all because you can. Don't Michelin star them the first date. If you do that, she's going to be there for your money. When you're going out, if you have jewelry you normally wear no jewelry. If you're talking to a girl and the first thing she sees when you're talking to her is a Rolex watch, and you're offering her a drink, and then she's someone that she's materialistic, she sees that, why do you think she's accepting that drink? Is it just because she thinks you're attractive? Maybe. But it's also she's seeing you wearing an expensive timepiece. If you're walking around with Cartier on, you know, I'm a guy, I like high-end fashion, so sometimes I'm walking around, I'm flying Gucci, I'm flying Fendi, but I always also had to realize for myself, a lot of these girls that was dealing with me, they're dealing with me because they see me walking around in money. And when I was younger, I thought it was the best thing ever. I want to put in as little effort possible, but in reality, I'm attracting the wrong woman. As I've gotten older, I'm starting now to be more modest in terms of my style. Do I still wear nice pieces? Of course. But I don't like to just walk in somewhere with a loud Gucci t-shirt on, you know. I don't want to just walk in with a loud Fendi piece on. Sometimes I still do. I don't do it all the times. And a lot of times, especially when I'm going out with my outings, I like to dress more modest. If I want to be a little flashy, I try to save it for the date or maybe save it for the second, third date. I just try to do as much as I can to hide anything that just shows that all I have going for me is financial success, because there is more to me and there's also more to you. And the only way to make sure she's there for that reason is by not leading with your money. You know, maybe if you have a luxury sports car, take an Uber to the venue. You know, don't lead with your money. Do whatever you can to just see if she likes you for you. And the only way you do that is to not use the money first. The money is just to maintain a lifestyle, to show her that, you know, she can be comfortable around you. But she doesn't need to feel as if you're going to provide for her. If that's all she's feeling for you is provision, you're dealing with a gold digger. And you're going to know that. These are girls that, you know, they're going to test you, you know, especially if she sees certain things, maybe on your social media or your stories, you're posting a certain lifestyle, she's going to test you. She's going to see if you'll take her, fly her out somewhere for the first date or go out the country within the first couple of dates. You have to read through these things. These girls, they're materialistic. They're always just focused on the experience. And if you can just see and read through that, you'll be able to know that they're just not there for you. Make your standards scarce and selective. She does not need to feel as if you're a person that just goes for anything. You have to have some type of standard, whether it's what you eat, whether it's some of the places you may go. Have some standards about yourself. Don't just allow her to just have access to you easily. Even in the early stages, you can't be that accessible in terms of communication. Communicate with her, but don't be so quick to respond. Take some time with it. Don't just allow yourself to just wear your heart on your sleeve. Even if you are feeling emotional about something she does, you have to be stoic. You have to remain calm. If you can just be at peace and you can just be rested in a state of rest when you're with her, she's going to always be curious about who is he. Because at the end of the day, I'll be honest, women really want to test a man that she can agitate. That's really what women are doing. That's really what they're doing a lot of times. And until she can see, okay, how far am I able to go? That is where she's then putting you on the scale of how much of a man you are. Can you control her? Can you handle her? If she sees that you're someone that's easily flustered, she can just get you off of your emotional plane with a few words. She's never really going to fully respect you, and she's going to feel as if she's always in control. You cannot let a woman be in control. You cannot. Even if she has more money. I don't care. You cannot let her be in control. You cannot let her control you emotionally, and that's the only way that you can honestly have any long-term successful relationship with a woman is one that cannot control you emotionally. If over time she earns your trust, she earns the respect you give naturally, but she has to earn your trust and loyalty over time. You cannot. Here you go. First, second date, it's no point. Court her, be respectful, be kind, but guard your heart. Don't allow anything to just come in it. Guard it with everything. Do not give her the benefit of a doubt, even when she does have money. Until she provides a benefit to you, you continue to doubt her. Even after you get the benefit, you treat her kindly, but always protect a certain part of yourself. You hide away in the vault. Maybe that part of yourself you give to one of your children, you give to a parent, a family, a friend. Never give someone all of you. And the same thing goes with the women. The moment you give all of you, you are in a very weak position. And it's not about manipulating her. It's not about manipulation. This is just human psychology. Human beings do not appreciate what they fully know and understand. They don't appreciate it. It goes back to the history of Adam and Eve. Before Eve bit the apple, human beings were ignorant. We knew a certain amount, but we didn't even know we were naked. But the moment we had all of that wisdom, we didn't appreciate the purity of life that we had. The moment we knew we were naked, all of a sudden, we just didn't appreciate the beautiful natural body that God gave us. All of a sudden, then it was, I must cover this work of art that was made. That's just human psychology. We just do not appreciate what we have. It's just unfortunate. There has to be some form of scarcity. There has to be some form of a short supply. We have to feel as if there's an urgency for this. If it feels as if there's too much of it and it's too available, it's just it's right there whenever we need it, we do not appreciate it. It happens to us all the time. Think about even as a man growing up, there's probably a point in time where you didn't appreciate your parents, and they were there for you for everything. You didn't even appreciate your parents, your grandparents. It happens to the best of us, and until we can build a certain form of scarcity, it's a certain form of push and pull. Even with women, they're going to treat us the same way. So you have to find a way to make yourself, you got to be a lifelong puzzle. You can never give her that final piece. Even after you die, she needs to be wondering, man, Marvin was an amazing man, but there's still so much about him I still can't fully grasp. And that's what I love about him the most. That is the adventure that a woman wants to have. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the destination. It's like success. Once you achieve it, it's boring. You don't care about it. But it's that process along the way. It's those moments of uncertainty, the moments of desperation of, am I going to make it? Is it going to happen? That's what keeps us alive. That's what reminds us that we're mortal. We don't want to be invincible. Invincibility is where, as human beings, we find boredom. We're bored with that. But the mortality, the feeling of one day I might not be here, that's what keeps us going. We knew that we could live the rest of ever. We'd have no reason to truly live. And same thing, even in psychology with a woman. It has to be this point of, she feels as if like there's a deadline, There's a date where one day you won't be available to her. And although as human beings, we understand everyone's going to die, we still don't appreciate people as if one day that's going to happen. But you have to build that emotional value in her life to where she never wants that day to come. And even she's like realizing, like, yes, I know it will come, but I just hope that God takes as long as possible to make that day come. I mean, to make a woman fall so in love that even after you die, she never wants to remarry again. That's one of the most beautiful things I like about the love story of my own grandmother and my grandfather. After he passed, my grandmother never remarried. Part of it was because, she said that God never sent her another man, but I also know that there was just a certain element that whatever my grandfather, the impression he left on my grandmother, no other man on this earth could replicate that. And you have to find that same ability. And you have to find that same gift to reflect upon the world.